Happy New Year, everybody. First video of the year, 2020. I am back in the US. My adventures in Tokyo have ended, and I am a little bit jet lagged, so I wanted to start off with a visual tour of the Prime 1 studio in Tokyo. Now, just a little bit of information here. This is more of a satellite store. This store is built in into like a department store. I'm going to try to do a visual pullback just to kind of show it to you. It's a very, very attractive store. Very well put. Very well, and I was very well impressed. But as you can see, as I'm pulling back here, you can see how it's its own thing. But yeah, it's more of a department store, but kind of snug in there. That being said, though, it still is an attractive little store. Specifically, that it is showcasing the Prime 1 Studio statues. So it doesn't have everything. It's not going to have all the current pieces that you would see on Sideshow. In fact, there's pieces here that are exclusive to in Japan, that you can only get in Japan. So start off here, and I'm going to try to one big thing I was really focused on, because I have the iPhone. I'm filming this on an iPhone, not an iPhone, a Google. I'm filming this on a Google, and I'm using a gimbal stabilizer here, and I'm very well aware about, you know, trying to pan slowly and trying to stabilize, so apologies for that. So that being said, let's start off here with this gorgeous piece here, the blue statue. This is the first thing that caught my eye as I walked in, and again, it's such an impressive piece. For you collectors out there that have the space, because for me, it's all about the space. I'm probably one of the few collectors out there that I have a whole floor dedicated to my collection. I mainly focus on the on Hot Toys. You can see the prices there, by the way. That's $1,000 piece, if you were kind of wondering on that yen conversion. But where was I? Oh yeah, like that blue piece there from Jurassic World. It's huge. I don't even know where you would even begin to display that. I don't have any Prime 1 Studio pieces. I've debated about it probably for the last year. Well, 2019. That being said, it's for me. It's the space. It's the management. Statues are not Hot Toys, and as much as I've wanted to, you know, a perfect example, my last video on the Luden Astronaut, it arrived damaged. Now, Sideshow has great customer service. It also did help me that as I was doing a unboxing on the Blitz statue, that the actual piece was shown on the video that it was arrived broken. So anyway, Sideshow, they're really cool about it. They're going to replace it. But the fact is that I have to pack everything and exchange it is a nightmare. I'm way too busy. I work way too many hours to deal with that type of inconvenience. Oh, look at that puck glow in the dark. I want to say it's an anime character there. So for you folks that are able to manage a statue collection, I give you props, because I couldn't do it. Again, I tried to get into it, and I don't want to deal with it. These pieces are way too big. They're way too fragile. I'm not well versed in the turnaround, meaning after a couple of years, if you want to resell it, trying to deal with eBay buyers, and if the piece arrives broken, it falls on you. So it's not like a Hot Toys. Don't want to deal with it. 21,000 yen. That's about $200 US on that piece. Gorgeous pieces there. That Alita statue, I really like. It's different when you see a photo, and it's different when you see it in person. I actually enjoyed this movie. I actually have the Hot Toys version of Alita on pre-order, and this piece, it's gorgeous. I have to say, Prime 1 really does a phenomenal job on its paint application. Just look at that. Look how gorgeous that looks. That's impressive. I want to say you can get this on Sideshow. I want to say it's what, $600-700 on this piece here. See, there's not do not touch. There's not a price list on it. I want to say this is available on Sideshow. I'm not sure on it. But it's nice. It's always different to see this stuff in person versus photos. That way you can then make the determination. I wish we had a Prime 1 Studios here in the US where you can kind of walk in, admire these pieces, and kind of determine whether or not you'd like to add it to your collection. The store is peppered with other accessories. You can kind of see that SS Georgie coin wallet, I want to say. Stickers from it. A lot of neat stuff there. Tons of Jurassic World merch. Plates, bags, tote bags. The Japanese love this stuff. They really do. Did you see that Barbasol bag down there? That's pretty neat. I didn't get anything for you. I'm not a big Jurassic World fan. I like dinosaurs. I think I have the Mattel Brachiosaurus, the Mattel T-Rex. I have that from Hasbro or Mattel. But as far as anything high-end for Jurassic, I don't. These are DC stickers. I thought they were neat. I wanted to just kind of show it to you. I want to say they're about $5 a piece. They're not cheap. Yeah. I like the Supergirl vintage sticker. They're DC Vintage Series Prime 1. See, I didn't know Prime 1 did stuff outside of the statue pieces, because that is a Prime 1 Studios product there. Again, this is stuff you typically wouldn't be able to buy on Sideshow. Like this. Look at this. That's a DC wireless charger. I thought that was neat. Easy charge. That's pretty cool. I did not pick that up. I picked up a couple things. I picked up mainly merch from Death Stranding. What is that? What are we looking at here? Tote bags. They love their tote bags. I'm not kidding. I visited so many stores in Tokyo, and I couldn't get over how. I mean, they love their bags. I mean, that's what you do. You're constantly on your feet, walking back and forth from subway to subway. You need a bag. All right. What else we have over here? PlayStation merch, of course. Sony, big partner with Prime 1 Studios. Keychains. What is that? Mugs. Didn't pick up any of that. What is that? A sweater. Some other stuff here. And The Witcher. Oh, that's right. They have The Witcher license there too. Death Stranding, Kojima Productions, one of their biggest licenses here. They got the BB Pod acrylic keychain, Death Stranding climbing hook, because you do a lot of climbing in the game. There you go. And I think that's a luggage tag. I thought that's pretty cool with their mascot, with their astronaut mascot. Kojima Productions, their Ludens, Sapiens to Ludens. I debated on whether or not I was going to pick up this keychain. I have the game. I did not finish the game. The game is so friggin' long. And there's parts of the game where it's boring. It just, right now, for me, where I'm at it on the game, I'm on the part where I got sucked into some sort of time vortex where I battled the character of Mads Mikkelsen in World War I, I want to say. And, I mean, that's after, 6-8 hours of gameplay to finally pick up. I'm going to get back into the game. I enjoy the game. I think it's a beautiful, well put together game, but it is so long, and there's just parts of it where you're hauling all that cargo across like the desert landscape and stuff that just gets a little bit tedious. But I do like the artwork. I like oh, look at that, Sam Porter Bridge. Now this is a 3D photo. You can't see the 3D on, but you can kind of see. I thought that was kind of neat. I don't know if I picked that up. I know I picked up merch from Death Stranding. Buttons and Kojima bridges. Sam Porter Bridges. The Luden Astronaut, which I have in 1/6 scale. I want to say I bought that. The 3D Astronaut. I want to say I have that. I haven't gone through the stuff. So I don't remember. I bought a lot. On this trip. I bought so much I ended up shipping some of it back through post. And Norman Reedus. This is cool. I like how they blended in what looks like real hair into the statue. I thought that was pretty clever. The bridge baby, kind of warns you of the ghost. Oh, I can't even think right now. The Death Stranding ghost. The bridge boots. They did a really good job on this piece. This one right here is really what really caught my eye. The shipment containers with the tampered tape. Oh, I think he signed that. I just noticed it. I want to say that Norman Reedus may have signed that. Shoot, I have to go back and take a look at that. But look at the amount of detail on this thing. I want to say this pre-order is sold out, and I want to say this is exclusive in Japan. I don't think this is, because when I look down on the tag, look at that, 431,520. I'm looking at the price. So that's about $4,000 piece, US, right? Yeah. So there's two different versions. There's a $3,000 and a $4,000 piece. And these are, this piece here is sold out. This is a pre-order sold out. So even if I wanted to get this, I couldn't. And I don't even know if they would even allow for me to pre-order this and have it shipped into the US. I don't think this would be allowed. I know with certain licenses, they're really, really sketchy on that stuff. Again, I'm not too versed on Prime 1 Studios. I know there's statue collectors out there that really enjoy this. I enjoy looking at this stuff. I really, really do. Again, I respect the statue community. If you folks out there have the space to really manage this. I've seen the photos. I've been on the blogs, and I've seen statue collectors put their pieces in the bathroom on top of the kitchen counters. It gets out of control. It gets out of control. I'm not going to spend $4,000 on a piece to have it sitting on my kitchen counter or in the bathroom because I don't have the space. No. If I was to invest something like this, I would want to have it properly displayed with a table and the proper light in and so forth. And oh, look at that. See, this version of Mads Mikkelsen's character, you encounter him when you time travel, or you're caught in that time vortex in World War I, and it's really cool because you get to battle him. I really enjoyed. But again, that's like 8 hours of play. I don't know how long it would take me to finish the game. I'm going to get back into it. I've just been so busy again. But I really thought they did a good job on this. Look at that. I mean, just look at the wear, the paint. It's a gorgeous piece. And I thought they really captured his likeness from the game right down to a T. Look at the hair. Just blended into the statue. Now, this piece is not available yet. It's to be determined. It's not on pre-order yet for the folks in Japan. I think they're trying to gauge the actual reaction and demand for it. But my God, and I'm assuming that if it went into pre-order, it probably would be a $3,000 piece as well too. Look at that. Yeah, the black liquid goo from the game, done really, really well. And then this is the back of Sam Porter Bridges, the statue, because there's just as much detail. See, that's the other thing too. A piece like this, you wouldn't want to display it against the wall, so you'd want to have a 360 walk-around view. So something like this, I would imagine that if I owned it, I would want to display it on a circular table somewhere where I can walk around it and admire it, because it's a beautiful piece. It really, really is. I'm just so used to, when I collect Hot Toys and 1/6 scale figures, just displaying it against a wall or in a module case and just moving on. But something like this is pretty impressive. And can you see the lights on the cable there lit up? So, and we have the Luden Astronaut, and that guy it's a pre-order, and it is sold out as well too. And I don't think this is available in the US. I don't think it was ever offered through Sideshow. I want to say this was also a Japan pre-order exclusive, and this is half scale. I want to say this is a half scale piece. I have the astronaut. I have him in 1/6 scale, and I love him. It's part of my Space NASA collection. I just think it's really cool. I thought they did a really good job. I actually bought the 1/6 scale before the game, not knowing how intricate this character was seen in the game, with the references and the little keychains that are seen in the game to reference this actual character. I thought that was pretty neat. And a $225.9. So this is around $2,400 US. It says $199 US, but that conversion rate, it's about 20. But again, it's sold out. It says $190. It says $2,000. It listed the US price, so maybe it was available in the US, and maybe it was just sold out. That I'm not sure. Again, I'm not too familiar. I'm just I got really accustomed to the yen conversion. I can look at the yen amount and I can kind of determine what the conversion rate is, because the US dollar right now is just a little bit stronger than the yen. So that was also nice too. This was also my first time visiting Japan. This is my third trip there, but this is my first time where the US dollar was actually stronger than the yen, which didn't help because, again, I did overspend on this trip. But just look at the detail. Look at that. I'm going to zoom in on that barcode there. An emergency opening for quick separation of suit systems. That's incredible. Yeah, that is incredible. Yeah, to have something like this in front of like the entrance to my studio would have been badass. It really would have. Although my anxiety probably would have been off the roof just waiting for the arrival as FedEx takes this box and chucks it in front of my doorstep. Would just drive me bonkers, because that's what they did to my Blitzway astronaut piece. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with the shipping and these twits out here in Vegas that ship this stuff, and they take these boxes and chuck in front of my door, and I hate that crap. No respect at all. It is nice. Look at that. I did ask for permission to film inside the store. I don't think she realized that I would spend 30 minutes filming inside the store, because I want to say that's how long I took. But I took my time. I wanted to kind of focus on certain parts of the pieces that I found interesting, and I didn't want to fly. I didn't want the actual camera to just fly through the pieces and not really kind of focus on the detail. Because with Prime 1 Studios, it's all about the detail. It's all about the craftsmanship, and a lot of this stuff is hand painted. The Kojima Productions flag, and then I want to say I pull back just to kind of show you what the, yeah, really nice setup. And then there's artwork in the back based off of the game, conceptual artwork, and there's music playing that I had to omit from this video because I didn't want to get a copyright strike on there. But there's really cool conceptual artwork. Tons of merch on the game. The folks here in Japan, I would assume, I would speculate that they love this game. I don't know how the U.S. audience is interpreting this. Like I said, I've shared my opinion on the game. I think it's an okay game. I was expecting something more of a grandeur, elaborate game, which it is. It's a very large, highly detailed world, but there is parts of the game where it's just a little bit slow for me, especially since you can't kill people in this world because they'll turn into the I forgot, there's a rule that if you kill someone in this world, they can come back and haunt you. So you have to incapacitate them, and you have to dodge and sneak. And that photo there was the World War I sequence where you time travel back. Japanese love exchanging business cards, and these are fancy business card holders with the Brandon from the bridges from the game. These are about $135. At first I thought it was a battery pack, but as I looked in deeper, I was like, oh, that's right, they love exchanging business cards in Japan. It's one of their biggest things out there. Death Stranding Bridges versions, $120, so that's about $110 for that US, and give or take at the time of the conversion rate. So these are just a little over $100 price points for these business cards. I debated on whether or not getting one, but it's not something I would use in my profession to hand out business cards. I don't hand out business cards. I have business cards, but it's not something I would do on a daily basis. I just thought they were neat. Wanted to show it to you. An iPhone 6. See, this is weird. I saw this, like, why would you R&D a iPhone case for an iPhone 6? Maybe they're still popular out there. I just assumed that we were up to an iPhone 10 or 11 at that point. And this is a Prime 1 Studio exclusive. This is something I did not buy. This I debated on whether or not getting it. It's just it's a placard that's illuminated with LEDs underneath. That's it right there. It wasn't cheap though. I debated on it, but the price is really what spooked me. That was about $100 US. I'm like, it's big, bulky, and what is this? That is jewelry from the game. I forgot. It does something to do with the game, but what was that price point? Was that 3,000? 330,000. Yeah, that's about a $3,000 jewelry piece right there. T-shirt. I did buy a T-shirt. I did buy a Luden's Astronaut T-shirt, and I bought some artwork, and I think that was it. I didn't go too heavy. I didn't buy it. They did have certain statue pieces that you were able to purchase at the store that I later learned are not available in the U.S. So again, it wasn't something that I had planned on to. I want to say a couple of the DC statues they had there you cannot get in the U.S. But again, just packing it, shipping it. If it arrives broken, it's not something I'd be able to take back and exchange. And it would be for me, buy at my own risk. See, this is a cool poster. Oh, Mads Mikkelsen, he signed that. That's cool. That's really neat. I like that. That's a cool poster. Kojima, the Luden's Astronaut T-shirt. I think that's the one I bought. I know I bought an astronaut T-shirt. I want to say I shipped it back. Some of this stuff I shipped through post. That's a cool looking poster. And then the little, the duck. I don't know if the duck was in the game or not. Little tchotchke, little trinket there. A bag. And this astronaut toy, I want to say is in the game. This is the black version, but there's a white version of this bobblehead in the game. I thought that was neat. What else we got? T-shirts, pull back. They love their Death Stranding here. I just found it really, really cool. This is their statue room within the satellite, and I'm not too familiar with a lot of these characters, so I apologize. Like, I'm not familiar with this character. I don't know. I'll show you the artwork, the first Colossus, the price point on that. About $900 US there. Nice piece though. Really, really cool. This is part of the same game or the same media. Not too familiar with this character. Again, I thought it was very well designed and painted. And I should focus on the price tag underneath it. Let me take a look at that. To be determined. So this is pending approval. See, so this is one of the nice things about this particular visit, is that if I was heavy into Prime 1 Studios, I'd be able to view concept work and pieces that are still pending approval. That's one of the highlights I've always enjoyed of going to Comic-Con. That's one of the reasons I enjoy going to Comic-Con, is that when I visit the booths from toy manufacturers, I get to view a lot of their conceptual art and pending products, stuff that you'll never be able to see other than in photos. And it's always just it's a nice treat to kind of experience this in person. Not too familiar with that character. Don't know what that is. Yeah, but there's the price, about $800. Prime 1 Studios. Who is this? I am not familiar with this character. I think these are based off of a game. Again, the attention to detail is just mesmerizing. They're all part of the same media, though. Again, I don't know if this is a book or a game. So if you do, if you'd like to share it in the comments below, by all means. $900 for that. It's about 9 and change. Bloodborne. Apologies for kind of panning a little bit too fast. I was getting a little bit paranoid because there was a big crowd behind me. I was a little bit intimidating with the phone and the gimbal, and I never got scolded for filming. I filmed for about 30 minutes here, and they were very, very hospitable there. I do have this game. This is the... Oh, goodness. This is God of War. Very good game. Very, very good game. Look at the attention to detail on the tattoos. I thought that was pretty incredible. I wanted to focus in on that artwork there. Love the game. I don't know if I love the game enough to buy this piece here, but overall impressed. This right here, this Superman piece with the tentacles, I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. And then the Wonder Woman there too. Very, very nice pieces here. I like this. I don't know if this is available in the US or not. Because I know Sideshow does have certain pieces that you can get directly through them, but there's other pieces that you cannot. The cape is cloth, I want to say, with some bendy wires on it so you can position. And the tentacles are from Brainiac, maybe? I'm not too familiar. If I had to guess, I would say the tentacles are from Brainiac. Brainiac tentacles, maybe? Beautiful. I like the arrows at the base of this Wonder Woman piece here. Very nice. Skin tone was captured. I don't think it's been represented very well on the video, but in person I was very, very impressed. I like the sculpt. It's nice. Yeah, I like that. This is a nice piece. If I collected DC statues, I definitely would add that to my collection. Street Fighter, huge in Japan. There's the price. About $1,300. Oh, there's $1,200. It's a little bit cheaper for the U.S. compared for that yen conversion. Looks like they're paying just a little bit more. So if I had to guess, if they're listing the U.S. price, it would be available for the U.S. And if you don't see the U.S. price, it probably isn't. Wow, that is nice. I don't know if Street Fighter statue pieces or this IP would be, if it's as big in the U.S. as it is in Japan, because I did see a lot of Street Fighter characters and merch in a lot of the places that I visited. It's huge out there. Street Fighter is still a very strong IP out in Japan. It really is. This is an anime character. I'm not familiar with her. I just found it stunning. I just thought it was just a really well put together piece. And who is this? Let's pan up. Is that Street Fighter? I think that's still Street Fighter, isn't it? Please don't butcher me in the comments. I'm just not too familiar with a lot of these characters. That are still huge out there. Oh, Tekken. Oh, there you go. I looked at the tag. Tekken 7. That's where they're from. Saves me. Premium Master Line Tekken, to be determined. So a lot of, like I said, this is all pending approval. Tekken characters here. Tekken, $1,000 piece there. Very nice. Is Tekken still huge in the U.S.? I remember Tekken. I'm familiar with the Tekken game. Might be something that's just still really popular in Japan. And then there's my pan through the layout. I'm trying to pan as slow as I can so not to create the motion blur. I just enjoyed this whole visit. It felt like a museum, and that's what statues should invoke when you're collecting statues. You should be able to just walk through and just kind of admire and awe in them. The Witcher, based off of that's right. The Witcher is hot stuff right now. I have not seen The Witcher show yet with Henry Cavill. I just got back. I'm going to start watching it. I hear it's really, really good. These look like they're based off of the game. Stunning pieces, though. Really nice. Look at that. That is just really, really nice. The Witcher 3. Wow. What else we have here? Pending approval. So this is nice. So this is I don't know if The Witcher is available in the US. So this may be another IP that's exclusive to Japan. The Witcher, The Wild Hunt. And that, I would assume, is The Witcher. I'm going to try to... Is it The Witcher? Yeah, 8340. Wow. Look at that. There you go. Just give it a second here. I like that blast effect. This is nice. Apologies for the camera shake here. I'm trying to I'm trying to avoid the shadows from the light. That way I can try to capture his likeness, because the way his head is positioned, it creates a shadow underneath his eyes, and I'm trying to get his look, because if this piece is never released and this is just a concept piece, I like to have, you know, visual representation, like, look, this is what it looked like before it was scrapped. And oh, sorry, I'm stabilizing the camera. And this is Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 5. I've never played this game. I think I've played one of the earlier ones on the PlayStation 3, but it's been a while. Very, very nice. Look at that. That is nice. That is really, really nice. Look at the blood, gore. What is that? There must be an exclusive piece on it. That little. There you go. I mean, that's incredible. The fact that that coat is sculpted, cold cast resin, but it looks like leather, is really nice. That is a feat of paint and engineering right there, if I've ever seen it. Yeah, this is nice. This is gonna be it. This is where we come to the end of the video. I really enjoyed visiting this store. It's considering that it's very small. I still hung out here for about an hour. I filmed it for 30 minutes and I still found it a treat, especially the concept art on the back wall for the game Death Stranding. I found that really, really, really cool. Look at that guy. So this is it. This is my visual tour walkthrough of the Prime 1 Studios. I purchased a lot on this trip, and expect more videos. And I found some interesting little trinkets on this trip. Like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and as far as statue collecting, yeah, I don't. After my Blitzway encounter, I'm gonna take a break. I'll stick to my 1/6 scale figures. Norman Reedus says goodbye.